I mean, no doubt. It is true that a lot of that money is going to go towards, saving Argentina's economy from hyperinflation. Um, why is another country doing this instead of, let's say, the World Bank or the International Monetary Fund, right? This is just corruption, using American tax dollars to save Argentina's economy. Some hedge fund gamblers made some bets in Argentina, so it's all to save Trump's cronies from bad bets going wrong. And they're using you and I's money in order to try to subsidize uh, minimizing the loss of these bets in the Argentine economy that these big hedge fund boys in the U.S. made. But don't think for a second that uh, part of this that's all going to go towards stopping hyperinflation. Oh no. Because if you're experiencing hyperinflation, then can you really afford the travel to the United States of America? Donald Trump is subsidizing the travel of Argentinian football supporters to this upcoming World Cup. That is $40 billion. That is going to subsidize the Argentinian fans. And basically, the home crowd makes a difference. The home support makes the difference. You want your drum playing ultras to be able to afford to go to the World Cup. Now, the tickets of this World Cup are the most expensive ever in history. And it's not just tickets, it's transportation, it's dining, it's hotel stay, it's airfare. That is where the money is going to go towards. Infantino, through Donald Trump, has basically stolen American taxpayer money and given it to Argentina. Infantino and FIFA and corrupt hedge fund managers who want to save their failing bets in the Argentinian economy. The money's got to come from somewhere to help subsidize Argentinian fan travel and ticket buying. It's going to come directly from the host of the World Cup. They are ensuring that it's not just United States American people from Argentina that are going to attend, that they're going to ensure other countries where, let's say, they're not able to bring as many fans. What Donald Trump did was he is ensuring that Argentina is still going to bring a big contingent of supporters to this upcoming World Cup. It is all subsidizing the Argentinian costs of attending the World Cup to allow them to continue to show up to the World Cup when their current economic situation means that they simply can't afford to go. When your money loses value, right? You can't travel to the United States. Argentina's fans, they should thank America for allowing them to go to the quarterfinal, in the semifinal, in the final. Let's face it, $4,000. The United States taxpayer is subsidizing Argentinian supporters' tickets in travel, in hotel stays, all the way up to July the 19th. And then now, that's not what they're telling you is happening. Not all of the $40 billion is going to go towards saving the hedge fund reckless gamblers in Argentina's economy. $1 billion goes to the World Cup. $1 billion goes to subsidizing Argentina's World Cup travel and tickets in airfare and hotel stay and dining and all that extra stuff. Buy some jerseys that FIFA is selling at the games. Argentina, that money hasn't come from themselves and their economy. It's coming from the United States taxpayer. And they're not giving Portugal all this money, are they?
Oh, well, I took a picture with Donald Trump. Cristiano Ronaldo is going to win the World Cup.
Don't go all cuckoo right there. One pinauto clown said,
"Oh, Pele speaks Portuguese. Portugal had World Cup after his death."
No, dum-dum. Pele won multiple World Cups. Messi is next. Dum-dum. Multiple World Cups. Caveat. Pele got injured in the World Cup, and Brazil still repeated without Pele. This World Cup now, Messi's going to play until the end. They don't win the World Cup without him. But still, Pele, World Cup repeat. Messi, World Cup repeat. And you got to feel as close to home with your loyal supporters as can be. An Argentinian born in the U.S. is just not going to be as crazy of a football fan born in Santa Fe or Rosario or Buenos Aires. So the economy is failing. Argentina, it's a big deal to see Messi to win the back-to-back. So part of that $40 billion is going to go to subsidizing Argentina's football fans, and that should piss off every American, quite frankly. And I know that's exactly what they're doing. They don't even need $2 billion for that. They probably don't even need $1 billion. Now, what that is referred to is pork. It may be a small percentage of a bill package. Well, this wasn't a bill package. They just gave them the money without congressional oversight. So what they did was completely illegal. And that's another reason why Donald Trump is trying to be a king. He's unfit for power, and Orange Clown can't leave office soon enough. And literally, it's the most anticipated obituary ever in the world. And now, is there going to be mass protests in America like there was in Brazil for 2014? Right? They spent all these millions. Spending billions, spending for stadiums to host the Olympics and the World Cup, and there's lots of protest in Brazil. I don't know if Americans care as much. I mean, they're in a state, they're in a trance state, so to speak. I doubt there's going to be any protests. Even if there was protest, media is not going to cover it because they're completely in bed with the president. But the economy is not doing well for the average American. This guy's attending World Cup matches. He gets a fake peace award, and he seized the Venezuelan oil tanker. It's another war for oil that they're pushing in Venezuela. So it was all a gimmick award to cater to a very fragile ego. Everything in America has to be, a spectacle. It's a World Cup draw. Just do the fucking draw and tell us who the fucking teams are. Well, why do you have to have this 2-hour dog and pony spectacle? Just tell us who the fucking teams are going to be, right? Why are you making the draw, the FIFA World Cup draw, to be such a big spectacle? The whole thing was a joke. Anyway, who's going to afford $4,000 tickets to the World Cup final if you're from Argentina? On top of all the things we talk about: transportation, hotel stay, dining, airfare. It's coming right from America. We are subsidizing the fan travel all the way to the World Cup repeat for Argentina, all brought to you by the USA taxpayer. And this gives Argentina a competitive advantage over other countries out there whose loyal fans may be priced out, who are certainly not going to get any bailout money from the United States of America. typically this give the money to the foreign country, help with their recovery or help grow their economy. It doesn't come from a country. It comes from a global organization such as the International Monetary Fund or the World Bank. So what America just did is just completely out of this world. Not solving inflation or anything. He's making things worse with tariffs. He's giving that money to help save somebody else's economy. But America's not going to protest, and I think Argentina's contingent of ultra supporters, they everything is already paid for all the way to the final. I'm just going to let you know that the money doesn't grow on trees. It came from somewhere. It, in fact, came from the U.S. taxpayer. That is the truth. Rob Peter to pay Paul. It came directly from you and I, the U.S. taxpayer, or it came from the printing press of the Federal Reserve, and it went straight to Argentina. And some of that pork money is going towards helping finance fan travel and tickets to this insanely, ridiculously, outrageously priced World Cup. Everything in America is a fucking racket. It doesn't have to be that way. Qatar was much cheaper than the United States of America, but FIFA is so corrupt and everything is about maximizing the profit. Who cares about the fan? You're just a customer. So much for the people's game. And it's not any different than Copa America, seeing all these empty stadiums in the FIFA Club World Cup. So the whole thing is a joke. It is all a business. It's not a people's game. Definitely, the gap has certainly widened far more than in previous years.